So, were there opportunities where you had this campus? We really have this very unique term, or let's say a mandatory expectation from students that they have to be hired through a campus interview, placements. So, was it also the same when you were first hired?
There was not a lot of opportunities, first of all. That actually helped us to go into the real world, knocking the doors of the real companies. That actually we did. I don't think people would actually would do that now, but we actually did. We went to individual companies. We gave our resumes to the securities, sitting in the front door, and we used to give our resumes to the secretaries, securities, and the front office executives.
If an industry wants to take in a student, how ready should a student be?
See, now we are actually in the ChatGPT era. If you are not equip yourself with all these latest tech, say for example, you have to communicate better, you have to write better, and how to create a project, how to execute, how to create a video for it, how to create a YouTube channel for it, how to post it in social media. It used to be individual career roles, but now these are all as an individual you can do alone. I follow a lot of these student-based companies. So for example, there is a company called Stimular. It is actually an English learning app started by these, founded by these. We are already building it actually. Grocery app for the local stores, and the model was.
Students have a perception in mind that this is what my employer will want, but as an employer, what do they expect the students, or let's say the candidate, when they come for an interview, to be equipped with? Going to be skills, or is it going to be techniques? Is it going to be mindset?
You have to be a generalist.
All right.
Meaning, say for example, we are actually now already talking about 1% $1 billion companies. So 1% can build $1 billion company.
Okay.
That is the idea nowadays. After this.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's show. We have Mr. Murugan Durai with us today. He is the head of engineering and he works with Axel AI. He is very popularly, or let's say he loves to be known as a tech entrepreneur, and we are very happy to have him here with us.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, sir. All right, tech entrepreneur. While we were talking some time back, you were just saying you like to be known as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So can you explain a little about your work experience and also how you started off initially?
Sure. So my current role is about it's the title is head of engineering for this company called Axel AI. The company is into MarTech, where we are actually automating the legacy marketing workflows through AI. And prior to that, I used to run a couple of companies. Say for example, we built an app for self finance and wealth advisory and all these kind of apps, and also retail based apps. Retail tech, wealth tech, health tech, all these kind of apps I used to run on my own with my own team. So almost I guess I would have launched 4 or 5 different apps, mostly into B2C, not B2B. Prior to that, I worked for companies, all these different companies like TCS, Symphony AI, Lionbridge Technologies, all these different companies. So I started my career in 2005 as a junior software engineer in this company called Precision Informatics. And from there, my journey started. That company gave me a lot of opportunity to learn and explore new technologies, from the beginning days of my career. And it actually helps me, build my career from the good foundation.
Okay, it helped me now. You initiated to learn.
Yes, they give us a lot of opportunities. They throw a lot of new ideas, and then they ask us to pick some of the new ideas, where we can actually build product on top of that. So that actually kind of exploring and experiment mindset actually came from that early stage of career itself. So thanks to that first company. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you find a similar scenario even now? Even now, does the industry offer to individuals to choose and learn, or?
No, generally no, because it's a startup. That time there was no word we used to say startup. But now we are saying that we are a startup company, and currently I'm also working in a startup company. But in my current company, I used to get a lot of these opportunities. But in general, people don't used to get a lot of these opportunities. Say for example, if they're working for a big company, I don't want to name, but they're working for a big company, they will get like very few opportunities. Basically, people have to chase for it.
Okay.
And like most of the people will like start work like a cog in a wheel. Like they'll go for a regular job. Like they will do regular codings. Like they will do regular their day jobs like regularly. So they have to chase for it, or we have to chase for it, I would say. That's something like I would actually like ask most of the people, irrelevant to the experience or irrelevant to their career stage, whether they are a student or an experienced one, they have to chase for this kind of ideas and experiments to to fulfill their dreams at least.
Okay. Can you recall your first hand experience of entering into a tech company? What was your first
Yeah.
time?
So my first company, right, like they gave me opportunity like to look upon the servers. So I don't think people now who are actually working closely with me, who are actually coming from a big company, they don't get a chance to get hands on with these servers. So I had a great opportunity that time, where we can actually install these servers and configure in IIT Madras. So I don't think like even like people now they are saying they don't even install their own software. But I started my career with configuring these servers and deploying them, and then you have to be in that the cold server room. It would be 17 degrees Celsius all the day. You have to configure it, run it, and you have to maintain it. So that actually kind of opportunity, I think it's not available now, but you can actually get it if you want. So that's something I still remember that's actually give you a lot of platform to learn this kind of stuff, right?
Okay. So you had an undergraduate degree in computer science engineering.
Yes.
So it was a very planned or a focused decision for you to...
Actually, I planned my career from 8th standard itself. So
Okay.
so I wanted to study computer science. I want to start my career in computer science. I never had look back. So that's the decision is from the beginning to till date, it's all my own. My parents are coming from a very humble background. They are actually selling fruits and vegetables as a roadside vendor. And after completing my school and college, I used to go and run that shops also. So there is no one who can actually guide me. But thanks to that, because I am actually designing my own career from my day one itself. So that is something really helpful. So it is actually a kind of planned one, and I think I'm still executing it, not completed it.
Okay. So what kind of a student were you during your college days?
Yeah. So I'm always curious, and that helped me not look beyond my college syllabus. I always used to discuss with my seniors, not with my co-students or my class students, because I want to learn more from the seniors and beyond the also the industry leaders. So that actually helps me to understand what is happening in the real world while studying, and that curious led me learn more about what are the career opportunities in front of me, what I could do, even though I'm actually having very little background in the computer science. I don't know that time we don't used to own desktops in your home. You have to go to your lab, go to your browsing center. So it's still actually great opportunities that was actually laid in front of me. I picked up actually. So, yeah.
Okay, so your extra efforts apart from your academics, were seeking guidance from your seniors, so
yes.
that you would be ahead of
Correct.
your classmates. And did you learn any techniques or any skills apart from what was taught in class, or how was it?
Yes. So I guess this would be the same also. Mostly I wanted to be wrong here. I think even that day or even today, right, the colleges are not up to speed with the industry, right? So colleges are good in terms of laying down the foundations for the career of the students, or for the subjects, right? So I guess I think that's where still colleges are doing good. But I actually started picking a lot of these technologies after I came out of the college.
Okay.
In fact there was still huge gap what I have learned and what I was doing in the real world. Say for example, in the college lab I used to work with work with these desktops which is installed with Windows 98 operating system, but the world was already running Windows XP. When I was started the career, the world was still started running in Windows XP, and we are all using these latest systems. But the college labs are still like under-equipped, right? Like it's always like more than like after the college I learned a lot, but like college gave me like the foundation, like the subject foundation, say for example networking, hardware installations, configurations, and basic coding knowledge, like oops concepts, all these kind of like foundations actually they gave me. And after that, like we like we have to pursue, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So were there opportunities where you had this campus? We really have this very unique term, or let's say a mandatory expectation from students that they have to be hired through a campus interview, placements. So was it also the same when you were first hired?
No, actually it's like the campus hiring is this kind of there were a lot of there was not a lot of opportunities first of all
Okay.
coming to the campus. And like I think maybe colleges like Anna universities, IITs, they might actually have like a lot of opportunity, but like we don't have. That actually helped us to like go into the real world, like knocking the doors of the real companies, like that actually we did actually. I don't think like people would like would do that now, but we actually did. Like we went to like individual companies, we gave our resumes to the securities, like sitting in the front door, and like we used to give our resumes to the securities and the front office executives. So that's how like we started looking for opportunities. And like mostly it worked because the referrals, even now also this is the same thing, like the referrals which we have got from our seniors, college seniors, that actually worked well.
Okay, all right. So if a student has to grab an opportunity, or let's say if an industry wants to take in a student, how ready should a student be?
See, now we are actually in the ChatGPT era.
Right.
Now if you are not like equip yourself with all these like latest tech, like say for example you have to communicate better, you have to write better, and like how to like create a project, how to execute, like how to create a video for it, how to create a like YouTube channel for it, how to post it in social media, all these stuffs, right? Like which used to be like individual career roles, but now these are all like as an individual you can do alone, right? So you have to learn quickly and adopt these things. Say for example, when I started a career, we only rely on our seniors in the team or the books to learn new things, and like you have to write code in front of your machine, and then like you have to execute it like line by line, and then you have to understand it. But now it is not the case. Now you can actually ask ChatGPT, give a voice instruction, like can you create a website, this is the concept, and deploy it to a server. You can all do this just through voice command, and you can do. Now that's actually the era now. So now only the part you have to do is like to think in a way like you are going to use these technologies, right? So how to like use these technologies, implement like your ideas, and like always like be careful or like listening what is happening in the real world, and like being hands-on, right? Like not even if the AI is writing the code, you have to be like hands-on, and like you might be in a position to like fix all these things, like given by the AI, fix or like make it work perfectly, like that you have to do. So always it would be like learn quickly and like adopt these new things, new technologies.
Okay.
And I would say like like get your like GitHub ready, and GitHub account, like get your LinkedIn profile ready, and like do a lot of hands-on projects. Like if possible, like start a new company. Like there are like I'm actually coming from this entrepreneurial background. Like I follow a lot of these student-based companies. So for example, there is a company called Stimular. It is actually an English learning app started by these are founded by these IT Boo students, IT Bhubaneswar students, and they're already like making revenue like at least like $1 million this year, and they have raised VC fund. Like so this is something they've started in their college itself, right? So there are a lot of opportunities in front of you. So you cannot say like I'm going to be like the industry is going to like train me, they are going to like incur me. No, that's not the other way. You have to like do all these, like you have to lift all these like big stuff on your shoulder, then the industry will come and get you. It's not the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah. See, gone are the days. Say for example, companies like Infosys, Cognizant, they used to come into your campus. They will actually take you to their campus and then they will train you 3 months, 6 months, and then they'll put you on projects. It's the other way around. You do a lot of projects, a lot of apps, a lot of stuffs. Even writing is also skill now, and you do all these stuffs even when you're in college, and the industry will come back to you, not the other way around.
Okay, interesting. That is a new information, because there is always an expectation that you need to graduate with good marks and then you'd be put into.
I cannot accept it. See, I can tell you there was this student in our college, in my own class, all the teachers used to say you are not going to do well in your career. You don't have a career, but that guy is actually sitting in US now. Okay. And the toppers, we are still here in Chennai, we are in Bangalore, but still that's the the marks are always not I don't say it would it couldn't help. It would definitely help. It could be your entry card to the industry, but and other than that your choices and your opportunities you're going to pursue is what to define your career.
Also communication.
Yes.
That's another.
Communication is right. See, now we know that this app called Duolingo, right? Everyone knows.
Yes.
But there is this app called Stimulor also,
Okay.
right? Stimulor is about it is for non-English speaking students.
Okay.
Duolingo is for all the languages, any language you want to learn and speak, that's there, right? Now you have ChatGPT, now you have Claude, there are a lot of stuffs. Now you cannot say I don't have a communication skill, that's why I'm not getting enough opportunity. No, you cannot say that now. If you are saying that, it's a crime.
Okay. Can you just let us know some of the projects which were a success and also which were a failure according to you? Probably it did not come out because I can understand that you have worked on a lot of apps.
Yeah.
App development, that is your genre.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, are there any ongoing apps that we use which you gave an idea or which you worked on?
Okay.
Any apps that we can
Yeah.
identify?
Yeah, now you have Zepto, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So before Zepto is again started by students. It was started by Harvard students.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Say Zepto founders ages are 22 and 23. When they've started this company, they are just 18 years old.
Okay.
Okay. So Zepto is about it's about your online grocery store.
Grocery.
You order something, they will deliver in 15 years. So the
Everybody-
10-minute delivery pitch is what these are the first guys who actually gave that pitch, and the whole industry picked it up. Okay, so similar to that, I had an idea in 2015. It's about we were actually wanted to build we are already building it actually, grocery app for the local stores, and the model was different. The order will go to the grocery store,
Okay.
and the grocery store has to accept that order, and then they will deliver it with their own stuff.
Okay.
And I was actually started that app in 2015. That was too early. I almost pitched to at least 30 VCs, venture capitalists that time, and we couldn't land much funding. And I was almost spent 3 years with my own team with that app, and we owned everything. Say for example, app to designer, everything we owned it. We are a small team, and we couldn't do well. That's actually something now Zepto is doing really good actually. The idea, the model is totally different. Instead of going to these grocery stores in the local area, they are actually building their own dark stores. Say for example, it's something for every area, they used to say every 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, they have their own dark store or dark godown or something like that. And when you actually put an order, they will actually pack it for you, and the delivery guy would pick it up and deliver, right?
Yes.
It's completely owned by Zepto. And I think that is something we were actually too early. Now I think the COVID actually gave them a good chance to prove
Yes.
this idea, right?
Yes.
So they're actually doing really good. Actually, that's what I would say to all the engineering students. Do something like that actually. Look at the world with say if there are a lot of problems to solve, right? Just get that specs and see are there any new problems. I think you can easily say all the opportunities are gone. There are like every app for every idea, but like you will find more actually. Even today you can find more, right?
Yeah, that's very true. Okay. What mistakes do you find among students? I can understand that you do interact with students, college students
Yes.
quite often. So
Yeah.
do you notice any mistakes that they do which can actually be a setback for their career start, or something that they need to do right now if they have to start a good career?
So one thing is right, like they are sticking with their college syllabus,
Books.
something books, right? Like, and that is something. It is not a mistake, but that they are actually entitled to do that. Actually, they should do that. Also, they should actually start work on like new ideas. Like they can actually form a team. They can actually form a team. Say not even like build an idea, but at least to discuss new things, right? Because like your college is actually giving you some foundation, say what is CPU, what is like RAM, what is GPU, like that kind of foundations like the college can give you. But what you are going to do in your real world, like that actually I would say starting from your second year, you have to start thinking very clearly like what you're going to do, or like you can actually start building your skills. Say I would like to quote Andreessen Horowitz, CEO and founder Mark Andreessen. He is the founder of Netscape Navigator, the browser which we are actually using now, the Chrome browser. These browsers, this browser Mosaic and Netscape Navigator, they both are like kind of like 25 years back, like one of the first versions of browser, and we are actually reaping the benefits of it. And that guy is telling that like you have to like build skills, like not around your career, because like the world is like going to full of a lot of opportunities, and it is changing very fast. Changing very fast means, say for example, after 3 years, like you might not need a software engineer. All these like AI agents can do that.
Might take over.
Right, like you don't have to write software with human, right? Like it can actually, like say for example, I saw on LinkedIn post yesterday, almost like the guy actually gave opportunities to 10 software engineers, all AI, not individual humans. Okay, so you have to build your skills continuously, right? Like it can be anything, like it should be like in numbers, like more than one at least. So when an opportunity comes, right, like after like third year or fourth year, you can actually grab it. So start building skills. Actually it can be anything, like it can be anything, but like it should be helpful to the world or society or the company around, like near you, right? Like say for example, you're going to be like very creative, you're actually writing songs, right? Like that could actually would open up your creative mindset, and like say for you might actually get an opportunity in the creative industry after 2 or 3 years. You are studying engineering, but like you might end up in the creative industry, or like you might be in a creative industry, you might end up in like tech industry. Like there are a lot of like vice versa are happening. Like it is not always like a lot of the IIT people who are studying mechanical engineering, textile engineering, they are actually now software engineers.
Yes, we
Right?
see that.
And a lot of people who are actually studying like like after a lot of struggle, they got a seat in IITs, right? Like they are actually doing IM MBAs, and then they are actually doing some like product management work. So it's not about like what you are studying now, it is always about like what are your skills you are actually building now, what are your interests, and like do you really want to build your career on your interest, on your skills, right?
Okay.
Based on that.
So the student has to identify what they're really good at
Yes.
and what they can do, let's say for at least for the next 30 years.
Yes.
And
And like
upskill.
it would also keep changing. That's what, like say for example now after 20 years, now I'm into this industry for 20 years now, and now I'm thinking like what would be my next career move, because like the gone are the days like I write more lines of code. Now I'm mostly managing the infrastructure, because like there are people with less than like say for example 3x of my experience are already started writing good code. I don't have to do like I can actually manage the team, I can manage the infrastructure. Wherever the experience can help, I can be part of there actually, right? But so it can change even after 20 years also, your career can change, right? Like so it is always something what you are learning continuously, learning new things continuously and adapting to it, like applying to for your projects, ideas. That would actually really help to build your career, build your skills.
Okay, one interesting question. Students have a perception in mind that this is what my employer will want. Okay, but as an employer, what do they expect the students, or let's say the candidate, when they come for an interview, to be equipped with? Is
Yeah.
it going to be skills, or is it going to be techniques? Is it going to be mindset?
Yeah.
There will be a difference.
Correct.
Right?
I'm working with a lot of young folks nowadays actually. One thing is, they're actually comfortable whatever they are actually doing now.
Meaning?
Meaning, say for example, if they're actually working on some AI project, right, they will be comfortable with that.
Okay.
They will not look beyond
Okay.
that actually.
Okay.
And so again I would say, gone are the days of specialist. You have to be a generalist.
All right.
Meaning, like, say for example, you could be that 1%, like we are actually now already talking about like 1% $1 billion companies. Okay, so 1% can build $1 billion company. That is the idea nowadays after this AI burst. Okay. So if you are not going to be a generalist, right, you cannot like build that 1% company. You should be a generalist, like where you can actually learn anything, you can do anything, you should be ready to do anything. Right, like that is something like I am actually seeing, like I am going to do only testing, I am going to do only content writing, I am going to do only writing AI code. No, you have to do like end to end. You should be in a position to do all these steps. Say for example, starting from writing the requirements to development, testing, deployment, and even taking this to customer, doing a demo to them, taking this to VC, and then get a funding to, so you can actually build this as a big product. All these stuffs, right, you can actually do as a student now.
Okay.
Right, like, so I would say be ready to learn all these things, learn anything actually. Right, like don't stick with it. Is a stigma, right? You cannot say I'm a person, like you have to be in a position to adopt everything actually.
Okay, so they can be interested and have strong skills in one particular sector, but still they would have to adapt to anything that comes by. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I don't think they are actually spending more time on thinking as a skill.
Very true.
Right, because
Very true.
all your free time is actually going with the reels and YouTube shorts and everything.
Yes.
Right, like you don't have your mind space.
Yes.
So there is this guy called he's again a VC. He's saying that every week at least say 1 hour, take a random walk without phone, think, just think, come back, write your ideas.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I think we are not doing that. Right?
Yes, that's very true, because our ideas are influenced by a lot of things we hear, we
Yes.
see, we forget what we are capable of thinking of.
Yes.
That's actually come down. Very, very valid points that
Yeah.
you put forward.
Right, so when people have started writing code using ChatGPT and all, right, I was already started thinking, see, there is a joy in writing code. So when you are actually creating something, right, your code is going to live in real world, right? So that is actually and you are actually giving away, your joy is actually taken away by ChatGPT, because it is going to do all the job, right? And what you are going to do, right? So you can do thinking, you can do that creative thinking, right? You can actually say or ask ChatGPT what you can do, what you need to do, right? You can actually ask it to do all your task, but you should be in a position, you already thought all these things, and you should actually have a plan, not to ask these things or AI things to deliver it for you, right? You should actually allocate some time for you to think, come up with all these plans, and then ask it. That's something all these AIs,
Yeah.
they cannot take away, right?
So you already need to know what you have in mind,
Yeah.
a picture, and probably if there are add-ons
Yeah.
or improvisations, then we can look for answers from whichever source
Correct.
are available.
Correct. And also don't entirely rely on these AI tools in this real world, right? Already we are seeing a lot of content written by AI. Start write your own content, create, think, do all stuffs from your mind. I think there will be more value in the coming days if you are actually writing on your own something, doing something on your own, not taking help from these tools. You are going to be needed by the industry.
This is something I came across recently, because specialized services,
Yes.
personalized services is going to be the next thing.
Correct.
Yes, all right.
Because there is this scale, right? Say for example, all these AI servers are deployed in this industry is very big. Okay, already people are saying that $800 billion are invested in the data center, And now what they will do, right, like they will actually they have to start generating revenue, right? That scale is going to given by tools, AI tools. So that's why they're saying that, like specialized service like powered by AI.
Okay.
Say for example, there will be an ad, like it is actually say I'm talking to you about I'm thinking like I'm going to buy a new iPhone, and then quickly I might be seeing an ad. I want at least like 10,000 rupees offer, and now that ad is saying that you're going to get 10,000 rupees offer. Now this is what personalized ads,
Okay.
and this can be done to all the individuals because it is now doable, because like there are now tools and like powered by all these like different AI and all these like things, right? Like
Okay. Okay. Sir, is there a difference in the job roles? You might have had few roles that were there earlier when you were working, but aren't there now. So is there a difference in the job roles?
yeah. So when I was started career, there was no area called DevOps.
Okay.
Now we have DevOps. So the time like when we started a career, like we ourselves like developers, we used to maintain the source code repositories, servers and everything, and the servers will be configured by the system administrators. So now this actually like system administration plus DevOps becoming a separate area called DevOps actually. So like this there are many roles which which was actually created like last 10 years. Like when I was started career, there was no role. Say for example, data scientists and data engineers. When I was actually started career, like I am the data engineer guy, I am the system administrator guy, I am the coder, I am the senior software engineer, where I have to develop code. So started working in a small company gave you a lot of opportunities at that time. I think now even in a small company also there are like specific departments or specific areas. There is a DevOps guy, there is a data scientist guy, there is a data engineering guy, there is a front-end engineer, there is this back-end engineer. And there is this role called full stack engineer. Full stack engineering is something which is again created within last 10 years. So when I was started a career, it was mostly front-end engineer, back-end engineer. There was no guy who could do both, or they might be guys who will be doing that, but there was no role called full stack engineer.
Okay.
Right. So these are roles created when the industry was burst actually. Now I think there's a new role called applied AI engineer, where you will be using ChatGPT and other tools to create software products. Applied AI engineer is a very very new role actually, but I think these roles are already created or in use in US actually. But these roles are very new to India, our industry. I think now all these startups also have traditional AI engineers, they will be called as AI engineers and applied AI engineers. The AI engineers will will be working mostly on very core level AI area.
Okay.
And these applied AI people will be using this all these large language models to create apps, to create services and deliver value to the people.
Okay.
So these roles are not there when you started.
Okay. What does it mean to be industry ready, according to you?
So industry ready meaning, right, you should know what is happening really in the world, and you should be in a position to learn all these new stuffs. You already started learning, right? If I go and ask a third year student now, he should actually come up with his GitHub profile with at least 10 different projects. He should have already started contributing to the open source projects. He should actually build some apps on his own, right? This kind of stuffs is actually really industry ready, and I'm already seeing a lot of these kind of stuffs with the students. They're actually if they're coming from IITs and NITs, they're actually doing that actually. But for all the other college students, right, they're actually not not that much ready.
Okay.
They are just focusing on more marks and projects and everything. But I would say start work on these kind of projects. There are a lot of companies or it is now GitHub, having a GitHub profile with all these projects is already your resume. So based on that, you might actually get a good opportunity in your third year itself or second year itself.
Okay.
And we are already seeing a lot of interns who are actually maintaining a good GitHub profile, and they are actually getting good opportunities everywhere they go. I think that's something like I would actually ask all the students to do, so that they will be like industry ready from the year 2.
Okay.
Right, so that is something. And as I said before, you have a lot of problems in front of you. Like you don't have to look at that problems or ideas, like say for example you're going to start a company on top of that, but still you can actually solve that problem, right? And then might be it could be a company in your 3rd year or 4th year itself, right? It could be your serious career, right? That is also something make yourself industry ready. Say for example you started a company in your 2nd year and it didn't do well, and you close that in your 4th year. Now you are actually 200% industry ready, right? Because you have done all these things, started a company, you actually used your friends as employees, and you launched it, you actually went to customer discussions, understand their problems and solved it, and you are already seeing a value, but somehow it's failed. That's fine, you are actually now in 200% industry ready. So that is something kind of mindset I think all the engineering students should have actually now.
Okay, so creators are concerned, let's say they are termed to be industry ready, creators and thinkers and learners.
Yes. So
Okay.
definitely these 3 are definitely in need actually now.
Okay. If there is something you would tell yourself, let's
Yeah.
say your college self,
Okay.
college aged self,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Okay, so I don't regret now, but that time, right, when I was actually a student, there are a lot of opportunities, right? When I was thinking now, there are a lot of things. Say for example, LinkedIn was started in 2007, right? Maybe it could be your final year project in 2004, 2005. You could have built that. I'm saying that it's a big idea, but still I'm saying. And Zomato, they have launched in 2011, I guess, 11 or 12. You could actually build that. So that time, right, there are a lot of opportunities. Now you actually have every app, every idea has been already started. People are building on that. When I was actually started my career, there are a lot of these opportunities and ideas. You could have actually looked on these ideas and started working on that. That is something I always think that we miss these opportunities, right? So that is something I think. Yeah, other time I'm good actually, in a way, I took some choices that is actually shaped my career, that still actually still helping me. Say for example, I stayed in my first company for nearly 4 years. If you ask any fresher now, he might say I'm going to go from this company after 1 year, after 2 year, but we used to stay 3, 4, 5 years that time. That actually gave us a lot of opportunity to learn closely, understand how so say for example, because it was a small company, we used to develop our own software application products, and we ourselves, even though we are engineers, we used to accompany the sales people, so we understand what is happening in the customer side also. So that is something if you are spending more time in your first company, right, you should trust you a lot, and they will give you a lot of this new opportunities, right? Not only do the tech work, also do understand the operations and sales and everything.
Okay.
Right, so I would say that is something you have to do more, right? Say for example, these kind of opportunities are not will be available soon. So whenever there is a new opportunity, you just have to grab it.
Okay, so we'll add up to another question. What would you say our students at
Yeah, not quickly, I would say start deeply learning about these new technologies. Say for example, how GPUs working can be your foundation, but and apart from that, how to leverage these LLMs for your projects, real world problems. People are already using these LLMs for medical problems. They are actually creating a scientist out of it, and they are actually creating a doctors out of it. And these models are already passing exams of legal counselor, doctor exams, CA exams, and all these these LLMs are doing. Try to leverage these tools, find new problems, solve it, and while you are solving it, you will get a lot of skills, you will learn a lot of skills, and that could be your path to your career. You might actually think, no, if I'm doing this, I'm not going to get good marks, and I'm not going to get a good career. So you have to get good marks, of course, But if you are doing all these stuffs right, that will actually end up give you a career. Say for example, I told you about this Timler folks, right? It's actually a kind of like a kind of like fun project to them when they've started this English learning app, but they were actually posing it very seriously.
Okay.
Now it is like $1 million company, right? These folks are like even when they're actually coming out of the college, they're already running their own company, right? So that is something like kind of stuff you as a student like you can actually do, because like you don't have nothing to lose, right? Like your parents are already taking care of yourself, your fees, and you have to care about your education, career and everything. So there's nothing to lose. Like only the thing is like you have to spend more time on learning, on adopting these things.
Okay.
Right? That is something I would actually urge
Okay.
MEC students.
So even if it is going to be an average student, let us say, if they're going to develop something and if they're going to learn and develop, then they would definitely be on track.
Correct.
Set their career, right?
I was an average student. I was not a topper, not a bottom student. I was an average student.
Okay.
I always like sit. I think I am a middle bencher, I guess. So not a last bench, not a first bencher. So I think like that actually like not defining you, right? Like average student is actually in your class you might be average. After you are actually coming out of your class or college, right? You don't have that tag actually.
Yeah, that's
Right? Like there is like entire path or entire way in front of your life. You can actually choose what you're going to do with the tag. You can actually take a different route. Say for example, right? So you know this Pradeep Raghunathan, right? Like he's actually a mechanical engineer from SSN. He could have taken a job in Airbus in US, and like he could have actually lead a very normal life, but he took a different route, right? Directorial debut, and he's now really doing good, right? So that average student, it is not a tag actually, right? Like it is a tag in your class or college, but once you're out of the college, it's not the case. So it is always there in your hand, like you can actually choose.
okay. It's actually inspiring to know about your background. You mentioned a humble background, which most of us fall under. It's motivating to know that you have grabbed opportunities, you have built yourself. What is the one last thing you would like our students to know? One last message.
Yeah, sure. So I would like to quote Mark Anderson again here. He's saying that like don't plan your career because the world is full of opportunities and it is changing very fast. Instead, like plan to learn new skills and try to pursuing opportunities coming in your way. So that is something I would always like I think that's something like I have followed myself. Say for example, even now I am actually like job ready because I am actually following this getting new skills and pursuing opportunities, and always like looking upon new opportunities to pursue. So that is still helping me. I am actually still confident that even I can get a new job now, even now actually after 20 years.
20.
So right, so that is something like I would like to give us a take away message from this session.
Very well said. Lovely. Thank you so much for spending time with us and giving your insights about the industry and about how students should prepare themselves and how they should develop whatever they are interested in. It was very, very meaningful and a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.